Yes.
Oh, that's a new word then. Breaksplain. We would need to, of course, break down who the hell we are if you don't know who we are. I'm your host, as always, Tony Mango, joined as always by Rabbity Felice.
Hey, Tony, thanks for break-splaining that.
For what?
You literally just said the word. I'm going to break-splain.
Oh, it said just break it down and explain?
Yes.
Oh, that's a new word then. Breaksplaining. There you go. And it's the return of the Mac, Callum Wiggins. I don't know why I gave that to you instead of Rob. Yes, I have that song in my head, and now it's in Rob's head. I'm going to try to get it in Callum's head by the end of this episode, maybe.
Well, now it just is Callum.
Yeah. We're doing this live. I guess, as I said before, we've been trying to experiment a little bit more for the live side of things. It's just, why not? And, hopefully people will funnel in. We didn't tell them that we're going to do this live, so as always, I'm expecting it to be kind of a slow roll in, if anything. And it's the middle of the day, so I'm not expecting a whole lot of people either. But this is all the more reason why you should have your email alerts set up for the random live things, because they are random like this, and I'm going to try to do a little bit more of them going forward and all. I see we got CB in the chat right now popping up saying, hey, y'all doing it live? Yeah. Thank you for joining us. Thank you, of course, for the people that are listening after the fact as well. Drop your comments in the comment section below. Make sure you do have that email alert set up for everything else that's coming your way, because we do have Saturday night's main event tomorrow. We do have AEW Double or Nothing. Next week, we've got Noche de los Grandes. We've got, or actually, I'm not doing a post-show for that, but still, we got that. And we've got the Clash in Italy thing. So you're getting at least 3 more live episodes, if not maybe some other things too. So set that up. Make sure that you share your support in all the different kinds of ways that we always talk about here. So, and we clicking around and doing all that stuff. Hit the like button, the share button, the subscribe button. Make sure that you pop on over to Patreon and the YouTube channel membership side of things, which are going to be getting a little bit of a revamp soon. Not something too crazy, but I'm changing things around here and there. Redbubble and TeePublic, you can become a merchandise. Discord has been getting a lot of face change for me lately. I've been trying to implement some new systems there and learning some new things. So all the more reason why you should hop on over to that server now while you can. Start building up your XP, and maybe you just start off in Ring Rat status. Maybe you'll be in the Neville level by the next time that you know it. Neville level is number 77 for anybody that's curious. Nobody's at the Neville level yet. I just started this. As I said before, we're going to talk about some updates to the AEW Double or Nothing card. We're going to talk about our predictions for Saturday night's main event. Now, normally I would have that set up as a separate thing and be like, all right, now we're going to do that discussion and switch the graphic over. You're not going to see this graphic popping up again, because it's just not going to be as feasible to do that back and forth all the time. And we're going to be talking about a lot of the things from the TV side of things. So if we're going to talk about that, we might as well just break down the prediction while we're doing that. We can break-explain it even. And we can kind of bounce around these different topics here. Guy123 is in the chat now too. Ludwig Kaiser is definitely going to be one of our discussions that we're going to get into here. You might be a little bit surprised about the candor of that and where we actually go on that one. But yeah, we got a lot of things to talk about here. And I think maybe we start off with some of the, kind of just like get it out of the way types of topics. One of them being a little congratulations to Io Sky and Naruku, Evil. They got married recently, so congrats to them. That's cool. Now working for the same company, they felt the need that they could actually bother to get married now and to put out a statement and do all the other kind of things that apparently you do over in Japan. We were talking about that a little bit. Was it on the podcast or was it out of the podcast? We were talking about the whole statement
Pretty
thing.
sure that was private.
So it's I didn't know that was as big of a thing over there, but congrats to them.
Yeah, they seem very happy together, and I'm very happy for them.
yeah, I can't really just add much more than just congratulations to the couple.
Yeah, good things are good. Unfortunately, bad things are bad. And one of the other things that's happening that I don't know too much about, I didn't read much about this, but you told me about it. Jim Ross is being monitored for potentially having Alzheimer's and dementia now. That sucks.
So, admittedly, I only saw the social media stuff that I sent you. I imagine this was a comment made on podcast, but in any case, that's horrible news to hear, and hopefully any tests come back negative and that JR is okay, because JR is the man and definitely the GOAT announcer, even though, you know, his AEW work wasn't his best. But he's still the man, and I hope he's okay.
Yeah, you never want to hear about these conditions in particular because it just sounds like the absolute worst thing to essentially lose your mind across the course of growing older. And so it's like these are sort of the conditions above anything else that I just wish that we managed to find cures or means of desperately slowing down these effects, because it's just you never want, especially someone who's been such a vital part of the narrative behind the professional wrestling that we watched growing up, to see that happen. It's never good to see.
I hate hearing these kind of things, partially because it's like, well, I don't wish anything bad on anybody. We'll talk about that for a different thing with the Ludwig Kaiser thing. I don't normally wish bad on people. But on top of that, yeah, I mean, it sucks to see people get old and remind you that that's happening for you too and all. And JR is somebody who is the voice of a lot of things. So, hopefully this is just one of those little scares and not anything as serious as it can be. And the same thing for another, icon in pro wrestling that has an unfortunate health situation going on right now. WWE superfan Vladimir. For anybody who's familiar with Vladimir popping up on all those New York shows for decades, he had the superfan documentary and all. Apparently, he suffered a really bad fall recently and hit his head on concrete and was having bleeding on the brain and such, which just sounds absolutely horrible. So it seems like it's a byproduct of his Parkinson's condition, according to some of these reports. So obviously, best wishes to Vladimir. Hopefully he turns things around on that front and that there's no follow-up bad story to go along with that. Hate hearing stories like that. I want the happy couple gets married types of stories to throw out there, but even the bad things you got to talk about on the news side of things too. So
I will say, WWE quickly put out his documentary on the Vault YouTube channel. Tony and I watched it back when it premiered. Highly recommend everybody does. It does touch on some serious topics, but I think it's a genuinely warming story to see what wrestling has done for this man throughout his life.
Yeah, it's a good documentary to actually let you know more information about who he is. For the longest time, my friends and I were like, oh, the guy with the tank top that's always on the wrestling shows. Kind of the way that nobody knows anything about Smiley Guy right now. But hopefully Vladimir starts being on the mend very soon. Bouncing around between a couple different other topics before we get into TV stuff, and the TV flow kind of happens naturally. I see a guy in the chat says, I don't understand why Aleister Black is so hated. I wouldn't love to lose to Scrubs. If he was told to lose to people on his level, he should have been a world champion or upper mid card or champion.
I said something similar to a friend of mine that Aleister Black is being extremely roasted. I did not say I didn't understand, because I understand exactly why. But he is a guy who I don't know when we'll be seeing him on TV, if ever again, with the way things are sounding.
Based off of things like the MJF interview and the lot of other people are just sort of like, yeah, fuck that guy. Yeah, where would he go? You know.
I'm kind
Again,
of more.
some people bounce around quite a bit, so.
I go more of the believer that you reap what you sow, and like, there's no. As I'm not saying that he is like an overall bad guy, but clearly there's enough. There's enough rationale with enough people coming out about it that he kind of he's done something to earn this reputation.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wait, shout out to MJF. I got rules.
I didn't check out the whole